morning. I hope you're having a good day so far today. For me, today is usually plant care day, but I did that on Monday and I'm still kind of getting used to that because I've done it on Wednesday for so long that it's very strange that I don't do that today. So I don't know what else I'm going to be getting up to today besides obviously just like the normal everyday stuff. But as for right now, yeah, I don't know what I'm going to be doing yet today besides crocheting, of course, later on. Oh, by the way, I used this stuff, again, not sponsored in any way, shape, or form. It's just what I got because that's what they had at the store. So I used that last night and it worked decently. I'm gonna have to use it like a bunch more to be able to get all of the thick calluses off, but I do think it's gonna work eventually. It just didn't work as quickly as I had hoped it would, but obviously my skin and calluses are very thick and hard, so it's really not that surprising that it didn't take care of it all at once the first time I used it, but it did get some of the calluses off last night, so I think it's gonna help a lot, so yay. I don't know how often I'm gonna do it. I think it's probably gonna be like once or twice a week. My skin is very sensitive to a lot of different things, so the fact that I didn't like get any like bad side effects or anything like discomfort from the spray or anything in it is also really exciting. But yeah, it kind of sort of worked and I think it's going to work. It just won't work like one-time use type thing, but obviously because the calluses are so thick it makes sense. But anyway, yeah, as for later on today, I don't know what I'm going to be getting up to yet, so we will figure it out later. You already know obviously because of the title of the video, but as for right now, I don't know what I'm doing. Could be nothing, could be a lot of stuff. Genuinely, I have no clue, but right now I just wanted to say good morning and I hope you're having a good day so far today, and I'll see you in a little bit. I have figured out what I am doing today and it does involve plants after all. Even though it's technically not plant care day, it is still a plant care day, I guess. Mom gave me, she emptied out a container of vinegar and I use it for my ficus and I just cut the top of it open, so now it's just a really nice plant container, and I prefer clear-ish even though it's not like completely clear. I can see how much water the plant has and how their roots are doing and everything, so that's why I prefer to be able to see into the container. And this is the ficus that is in the container. I have needed to repot this little guy, which is a type of pothos. I know I am saying that wrong, but I prefer how it's pronounced that way versus the other way, which is pothos. I don't like the way that that sounds, so I just say pothos, even though I'm pretty sure the other way is the correct way. But anyway, I have this little one. I forget what kind this little guy is. I think it says on their container, so I'll look in a minute. But I have this little one and this little one over here. This little one is either I don't remember which one because I might have gotten their containers mixed up when I changed their soil. This is either a frost or a satin, I believe. It says, hang on. Yeah, a silver satin pothos or a frost. I'm not entirely sure what types these are. But anyway, the reason why I want to repot these guys is because these are like, I have these two, and this one is also another plant that has a drain in the bottom of it, and this little string of turtles, and I think that's everybody who still has a container with drains in it, and they are outgrowing the, oh wow, this little guy actually isn't outgrowing it yet, so I guess that means that I will move this guy because their roots, yeah, are starting to grow out the bottom of the container, so I will repot this little one today into this container that I, like I said, I cut the top off of it. This is what the bottle looks like with the top still on it. It's just a container for vinegar. So we have them and I like putting my plants in it, but I'm gonna put this little guy in there. I just hope that I have enough soil because I'm running a little bit low, so it'll be close. I think I'll have enough, but I don't know. This obviously was not planned. I was expecting this little container to not be available for like another week, like it would still have the vinegar in it, but it was empty today, so I'm very excited about that. But I have been wanting to repot this little guy for, I don't know, I would say probably at least a year, just because I have learned that my plants definitely I can take care of them better when they are in clear containers. It's just better and easier for me to be able to see the amount of water that they have through the clear container. I need a tray because I'm gonna get dirt all over the carpet. I have not actually repotted one of my plants in quite a while, so I forgot that I need these. These are like collapsible and waterproof and like planting mats, I think is what they're called. And I absolutely love how these things work because they just snap together and then it's ready and it makes less of a mess. But anyway, yeah, I've been wanting to repot these little guys both into the clear container, but also in a container that doesn't have drains in it. No, that doesn't work for everybody, but that's just how it works for me best. There we go. That wasn't too bad. And we didn't make too bad of a mess either, which is exciting. Okay, am I gonna have enough soil? I don't think so, but it'll have to be enough for today. I can get more. It's always exciting when I run out of soil, honestly, and I get to make some more. They're gonna have a lot of room in this container. I know it's much bigger than what they had, but I think it should be okay. I was gonna try and just dump the bucket of soil onto this, but then I figured that would probably be a bad idea and I would make a mess. Once I get more soil and another container, I will be able to get the other little guys, which is really exciting. I'm amazed that they have not grown through the bottom of the container yet, and this guy only had one root, so it's not that much. Oh yeah, we're gonna need more soil. We are out. Okay, when I get more, I will add more soil to that container, but for today, this will be enough. All right, I'm gonna do it. I know this is a bad idea. I'm probably gonna make a mess, but let's see. Nope, we didn't make a mess. Yay! This is a terrible idea. I am really just like, at this point, seeming like I'm trying to make a mess. But I'm trying to save all the soil and get it all in the container that I possibly can. Okay, none of it got on the carpet. We are good. All right, we need to get some water for you, little one. But the little one looks very happy in here and very healthy, so that's good. I do wish that it was able to be filled with soil, but it's okay. The little one can get used to the bigger container better this way anyway, I think. They definitely needed water, that's for sure. They were completely dry. All right, that should be good. Yay! That makes me very happy. Look how cute they look in here. Yeah, we'll get some more soil in there, but for right now, they can get used to the bigger container, which is honestly kind of perfect. But yeah, I was not expecting to do this today. I think this one is a silver pothos or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. Every so often, this little one has, like this leaf right here, is mostly white-ish colored. Sometimes they get a pure white leaf, and it is super pretty, but because it doesn't have any green in it, that leaf only lasts for like maybe 2 days when it's there, unfortunately, because they just can't absorb any of the sunlight, but they're super pretty when it happens. I've had it happen like, I think 2 or 3 times since I've had this little one, and I don't know how long I've had this little guy. I think it's over a year, but it could just be a year. I don't know. It feels like I've had this little one for a very long time, but they are in their new container, and it makes me so happy because, yeah, they'll be a little bit easier to care for now and hopefully happier in here. And now they get to go back on their shelf. Yay! It's so cute! And I am not going to be keeping this container because I'm never going to use it again, but I will keep the tray because that will be good for either outside in the garden or filling it up for like the birds to get some water or something, or I don't know where to put this because I don't want to put it on the carpet. I put it in the planting tray thingy right here, so that way it's not technically on the carpet. But anyway, yeah, I'll keep this because I can use it either in the garden or inside and fill it with soil if I ever want to, and use it as like a very flat planter. I don't know. I just really seem to prefer planters without drains in them. I know that it's definitely better for the plants to have drains, but for mine and how I take care of them, I don't know. It works better for me without. I have no idea why that is, but my plants just seem to be healthier and happier with just being in a container without any drains. It's very interesting after a while having plants. It's different for every single person and every single plant, and even the propagations of each plant, it's different sometimes for each one, which is super interesting. Like I have a money tree that is like allergic to any sort of sunlight. So I have it on my desk and like it barely right here. It is sunburned right here above my finger because a little tiny bit of direct sunlight hit this plant's leaf and it got sunburned. So now I have to have it on my desk where it only gets indirect light and it cannot touch the sun at all. And I have some other little guys that are propagated from that only like being in the direct light. It does not make any sense. It's just very interesting to me how plants can be so different even when it's from the same plant is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I'm gonna clean up real quick and then I think I'm actually gonna get started crocheting because I feel like crocheting. Which way? There we go. How you doing, little one? Do you need any water? Nah, you're good. Okay, making sure. Didn't give myself enough room, but that's okay. It's actually a good thing that I wanted to crochet because my watch needed to be charged anyway, so that works out well. And as for today, I have not gotten any crocheting done yet today. Where does this end? Over here, okay. And I laid out my temperature blanket because after I crochet for a little bit, I want to see how big this blanket is that we are currently making is compared to the temperature blanket, because I'm pretty sure it's getting close to the same width of the temperature blanket, but definitely not the length. But yeah, anyway, what have I gotten up to today? Not too terribly much, honestly, which is interesting because Monday and Tuesday have been so busy. Today has been just kind of a little bit calmer, which is kind of weird because honestly, Wednesdays are usually a little bit more busy, mostly because I just have all my plants to take care of and I don't have that today, which is also one of the reasons why I'm crocheting earlier today. Also, I wanted to show you this real quick. Hang on, let me get around the corner of this blanket and then I will show you because, I don't think, actually I'm pretty positive that we are not going to get to 10 full rounds of the green yarn on this blanket because we're running out of yarn very quickly. I may or may not have crocheted a little bit more than just around the corner, but anyway, this is how much of the green yarn that we have left. So and we're on round 7, so we still have another technically the rest of this round, so we're not even done with the 7th round, and then 8, 9, and 10 and this much yarn left. So we are most definitely not going to be getting 10 rounds with the green yarn, and that is not something that I am complaining about in any way. I am actually very excited that we are almost out of the green yarn because that means that we will have used all of it that is on the temperature blanket, and that is the entire point of this blanket. I'm trying to use the leftover from this blanket that I didn't use on it from last year because I have quite a bit left and I had no idea what I was going to do with it, so I'm kind of just making this, like, I don't know what to call it. What should we call it? Like the temperature guide? Temperature blanket? No. Yeah, temperature guide blanket sounds wrong, but you know what I'm trying to get at, I think, hopefully, but something like that, maybe? I don't know what to call it though, but these are all of the colors that are used on the temperature blanket. I am doing it in the coldest in the center, and then the warmest is going to be the last one that I use on the outside of the blanket, so it's kind of like the guide that I have. This is the temperature guide. I still have it. I'm going to be keeping that in case I ever want to make another temperature blanket, and I also wrote down what colors I used on the back, which was very nice of me for future me if I ever want to use the same yarn again, but I don't know if I will or not. It probably wouldn't be the same because when I make another one it'll probably be, you know, a while from now. But anyway, yeah, I'm very excited that we are almost out of the green yarn already. It will be the first color that we have fully ran out of. Actually, I might try and use the rest of it today because it's still early. I probably can. I still have a ton of the gray one left, and also quite the orange one wants to be picked up there, but and also quite a bit of the blue one. So we're still gonna have to figure out something to do with those colors. It's obviously not gonna be a blanket. I'm thinking it'll probably be a pillow of some sort, but I don't know really how to go about doing that. It would probably be knit and not crocheted, but I don't know. That's just what I'm thinking about making. I could make a bag for like the temperature blanket to put it in for, like, you know, being able to carry it around easier. That is something that I could do with it. I probably would still have more gray left over even with doing that though. So I don't know, we'll figure it out. But it is just very exciting that we will be running out of at least one color, maybe today. You probably know if we did or not by the title, don't you? I'm also very excited that that little one was able to be repotted today because, yeah, it's been needed for a long time, mostly just because I care for plants, as I said, better when they don't have drains in the container. So I'm very happy that that little one is in a new home, and hopefully they like it. I don't know, that container looks so big. I wasn't expecting it to be that big, but because it is in such a big container, I shouldn't need to repot the little one for a very long time, which is good. The aloe that is in the corner up there, that plant has been in that container with the same, mostly sand in there and some small rocks, and that's it, and maybe a tiny bit of soil in there, but for the most part it's just sand and rocks. That little one has been in that container for almost 10 years, I think. I also never give that little one, well, not never, I do every so often, I give that little one like a splash or two of water like 2 or 3 times a year if I have a little bit left over in my watering cup that I'm using and I happen to be there. So that plant is like seriously the easiest plant that I have. As long as that container is good, I'm going to try and keep it in there forever if possible, because yeah, that is that's working really well for that little aloe. No, I never cut the little aloe plant to get aloe from it, like use the actual leaves, I guess, simply because it's too pretty. So she just kind of hangs out up there. I don't understand why she is so easy, but I'm grateful for it. She's just happy to be there. But I think I am going to crochet for probably quite a bit longer and try to use up the rest of the green yarn. So yeah, just give me a couple of seconds. Definitely more than that in real life, but a couple of seconds for you. So I will be right back. I only have a few more stitches, I think, then it will all be used, which is super exciting. I was not expecting to do this today, and no, I have not moved. I have just been crocheting that whole time. I kind of got very focused on it and kind of didn't like do anything else. I will say I need some water. I am a little bit thirsty right now, but that's okay. I'll get that in a second. We are almost done. The green yarn, which was just a little bit over a full ball of yarn, we got 7 and I would say about 1/3 of a row with the green, so actually pretty good. So we'll probably get like I'm gonna tie this on real quick so that way we don't lose track of the last little tiny bit of green. I can't believe we finished it, but we will probably get I don't know, I would say about 6.5 rounds with the orange yarn, most likely, maybe a little bit more than that, but I would say around 6.5 rounds, which is honestly kind of a good thing because that means that the blanket isn't going to be as absolutely huge as I thought that it was gonna be. So that in my mind is very good, but we are officially done with an entire color now. And can you see all of it? No, you can't. I can see through this, but this is what all the blanket looks like now. It is quite big, and I am really glad that I laid out the temperature blanket. Let's see how wide it is compared to this, because I am very curious. Oh, it's actually, let's see here, I would say about 4 more rounds and then, or 2 more, like 2 per side, so 2 more rounds, it will be the same width as the temperature blanket. This is definitely going to be a big blanket. Not as big as the temperature, or as long as the temperature blanket, but it's still going to be very wide, which I'm fine with. Again, it's going to be smaller than I was thinking it would be, which is a very good thing because we ran out of that color of yarn. So I kind of have a better idea now on how big it's going to be. So it's going to be big, but not as big as I was expecting. So yay. But yeah, anyway, I can't believe that we have finished an entire color. This is what the basket looks like. It doesn't have the green in it anymore. It looks so weird, honestly, because it's had all those colors in there for over a year. But yeah, that's gonna do it for the video today. So I hope you enjoyed it, and way more importantly, I hope you enjoy your day today, no matter what you do. If it's a lot or a little, it doesn't matter. I just hope you enjoy your day. And as for tomorrow, I don't know exactly what I'm gonna be getting up to. I would like to get a chance to be able to make some more soil because I'm completely out, as you saw. So I would like to do that and get what I need for that because I don't have anything. So I would like to hopefully get soil and make it tomorrow, but I don't know if I will or not. But besides that, I don't know what else I'm getting up to yet. But again, as for today, I just hope you have a good day today. And thank you so much for taking time out of your day to spend it with me. It really means so much. So just, yeah, thank you so much for being here, and I will see you tomorrow with the next video. Bye! I'll see you later!